First at 4, the state just released new COVID numbers, and they are definitely heading in the wrong direction. Dr. Frank McGeorge reacts to a new daily record in Michigan. Also breaking, new information about the 14th person now charged with domestic terrorism charges in a plot swirling around Governor Whitmer. Paula.
Devin, we continue to dig into the lapses of dozens and dozens and dozens of mental health certificates and certifications. Today, we hear from the state. Sort of. Hi, Andrew.
Hello there, Paula. We're looking at cool weather for this afternoon. That's why Paula has her jacket. Cold weather tonight. A freeze warning goes into effect 12 hours from now. What it means for your Friday and your weekend, first at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Devin Skillian. Karen is on assignment this afternoon. We start with breaking news on the COVID pandemic in Michigan. In this past hour, the state announced more than 2,000 new cases reported over the past 24 hours. That is a new single-day record. Previous high goes all the way back to April when it was just more than 1,900 cases. Also, we're hearing about 32 additional deaths. That includes 21 from a vital records review. Dr. Frank McGeorge looks at where the cases are heading, where they're rising, and what it could mean for future fatalities. Frank?
More cases aren't really a huge surprise. We've actually been watching numbers for Michigan on an uptrend now for a while. But when you look at the map of cases across the state, it is pretty clear that the increase is not being driven primarily by southeast Michigan like it was in the spring. The largest increases are actually in the UP along with the west side of the state. Now, notably, deaths are beginning to edge up. And remember, deaths lag a couple of weeks behind new case increases. So deaths will likely go higher since the numbers today reflect what happened with new cases weeks ago, not the current larger increase.
Dr. Frank McGeorge will be back coming up at 5 to dig a little deeper into these trends that we're watching here in Michigan and what they mean for the entire country. All right, we also just received new information on now the 14th person charged in connection with a terror plot targeting Governor Gretchen Whitmer and state government. Attorney General Dana Nessel just identified that suspect, 51-year-old Brian Higgins of Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. He faces a state charge of material support of an act of terrorism, accused of providing assistance in the plan to kidnap the governor from her vacation home. Higgins joins 13 other men facing state or federal charges in a plot connected to the planned kidnapping and overthrow of the state government. We've got a crew gathering more information. We'll have more on that coming up in our 5 o'clock report. Waterford police, meanwhile, are investigating whether drunk driving is to blame for a 4-car crash that killed a child. This was yesterday at Highland and Airport Road. Police say a 28-year-old man was speeding down Highland Road when he got into a crash involving a family of 3. A 6-year-old girl died from her injuries. Her father is still in critical condition. We're told the driver kept going and then got into another crash at a nearby intersection. The driver was arrested, so prosecutors are still working on the exact charges that he'll face. We've been watching rain and gray skies all day, and now temperatures about to drop too. Let's head into Andrew Humphrey, who's filling in for Ben, with more on a freeze warning in our future. Andrew?
That's right, Devin. And the cool conditions right now means indoor activities for kids. And I'm sure some of those good in-day lessons for kids learning for today. We have the freeze warning that goes into effect early on your Friday morning from 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. So before you go to bed, make sure those heaters are working. Make sure you bring your pets and potted plants indoors. It affects all of southeast Michigan. I mean, we're in cool territory right now, upper 40s and low 50s, anywhere from 48 to 52. There are those gray skies overhead, but still a nice looking shot of downtown Detroit, no matter how you slice it. We're looking at visibility good at 10 miles, winds out of the west at around 15 miles per hour. So by 11 o'clock tonight, we'll already be in the 40s, of course, into the middle and low 30s later tonight, closer to that freezing mark or even a bit below. But it does remain dry overnight. What about your weekend? We'll talk more about Friday afternoon, your weekend, let you know where these temperatures go coming up.
All right, Andrew. COVID concerns now have Senator Kamala Harris suspending in-person events, at least for the next few days. 2 people associated with the Democrats' campaign to become the next vice president have tested positive. Harris and her running mate Joe Biden have continued to test negative. They did not have contact apparently with those 2 people. Harris will continue virtual events for now until getting back on the campaign trail. We're told they expect that will be probably by Monday, but we will see. Tonight, Joe Biden and President Donald Trump will be offering dueling town halls, talking to voters, unfortunately in conflict with each other's appearances. The former vice president will be in Philadelphia on another network. President Trump will be in Miami right here on Local 4, following CDC COVID guidelines for everyone involved. Both town halls start at 8 p.m. Now, no matter which one you watch, Grant Herms and our Trust Index team will be sorting through what the candidates have to say. You can wake up to highlights and see if their claims add up on Local 4 News Today, starting at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. The showdown over Supreme Court nominee Judge Amy Coney Barrett is on hold for now, but her confirmation shows no signs of being derailed. A series of hearings wrapping up today. Kimberly Gill's been keeping us up to date, and today the debate, Kim, seemed to be going right back to the beginning.
Yeah, and welcome back, Devin,
Thanks.
to you. Good afternoon. Since the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Democrats have been arguing the court vacancy shouldn't be filled until after the presidential election is decided. They haven't gained any traction, and Republicans do have the votes to confirm Barrett.
The disappointment of our Democratic colleagues is real because they've become accustomed to the Supreme Court being policymakers and being a body that bails them out if they can't win the election or win a vote in Congress. So I understand their disappointment.
You were just trying to ram through this justice against your own words in light of everything this president has said, where he won't even commit to a peaceful transition of power.
Democrats and their supporters remember too well when the Senate refused to consider President Obama's nominee to the court back in 2016 because it was 9 months before the election. The Senate Judiciary Committee will vote on Barrett's nomination next Thursday, just 11 days before the 2020 election. And Devin, the full Senate could vote before the end of October. We'll continue to follow every step of the way. We'll see you tonight at 5.
You got it. I'll see you then. All right, Kim. Today, the state of Michigan is responding to our story about a crunch when it comes to renewing certain professional licenses. A lot of people have been caught in the middle of this COVID-19 ripple effect, including patients who need support. Paula Tutman brings us this update. Paula.
Exam, and this is what they're saying now.
Rhonda Ravenel sent me this video this morning. It's of her trying to arrange to take a test to be recertified as a temporary limited licensed psychologist, or TLLP. In short, she says, as a master's level clinical psychologist, she is licensed to practice counseling while she continues her education. Normally, she works as a contract school psychologist, except she can't anymore. Because like many others, her license to practice expired September 29th, and she is struggling to find access to recertification testing that's limited by COVID shutdowns.
Today, I went online to try to set an appointment up so that I can take this exam, and I was unable to get in.
We first told you about this story and the many practitioners who are losing their license to practice.
I actually heard from some clients yesterday, and I couldn't service them, because I don't have a license, and it's disheartening, especially during this time, Paula. It's a pandemic. People are suffering mentally.
In 4 separate attempts, we have asked a representative of LARA, or the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, to address the complaints. And at every turn, they have declined an actual interview, but did send written answers to my many questions. According to LARA, 93 TLLPs had licenses that were about to lapse in March. They were given a 6-month extension to take and pass the recertification test. In September, 86 licenses did expire. Another 33 will expire before December. The interim LARA communications director says in an email that despite getting as many as 5,000 emails a week, staff and teams at the Bureau of Professional Licensing within LARA have continued to provide a high level of customer service and in many ways have proven to be more productive despite having to work through the ever-changing environment and adjusting to how COVID-19 pandemic has affected all of us. You know, in that statement, Lara also basically says that they have to, the licensees rather have a responsibility to follow the rules and requirements. They've been flexible. They need to do what they need to do to keep their licenses from lapsing. I got to tell you, I've gotten even more complaints from these mental health professionals who are saying they're losing their licenses and they can't get access to be recertified, which of course means we're not done with this yet.
Yeah, absolutely right. At a time when so many people need them as well. Amazing stuff. All right, Paula. All right, still ahead here at 4. If you're an animal lover, some news for you. A pet food recall expanding. We'll tell you how to avoid any risk to your pets. Also, many organizations are talking about diversity goals. We'll tell you how one company is putting pressure on top executives to get it done. And this guy waited 7 months to see one of the most famous landmarks in the world. How his wish finally came true. Those stories on First at 4.